The Invisible Man is a 2020 science fiction horror film written and directed by Leigh Whannell. The Invisible Man is about a girl, maybe in her mid-30s, who basically wants to escape from this psychotic maniac and literally does whatever she can to get that done. Now, I'm not really a big horror movie fan guy. I actually like my cliche thrasher horrors, like I'm a big Halloween, Friday the 13th fan. But sometimes these horror movies come out that I have to check out, and believe me, I'm so glad I did, guys. I had a blast with this movie. There's so many good things I want to say about this movie, guys. I really enjoy the characters in this film. I thought the protagonist got just enough screen time while the other side characters weren't really just in the dust. Everything felt involved. Everything really pieced back nice in the movie. Every character felt as if they earned their screen time, if you will. And I'm so glad, guys, we didn't get the same actors in every horror movie. We got a whole bunch of brand new actors and great faces who did a fantastic job. Aldous Hodge, all the way from the Friday Night Lights series, does a fantastic job as a cop in this. He's a really lovable dad. You see great chemistry with him and his daughter, played by Storm Reed. Their connection is very good. I think if I had to say one weak character, it's maybe Oliver Jackson, who's Griffin in the movie. He's the one that we're trying to get away from. I didn't feel that he did a bad job, guys. I just feel that his screen time of anything wasn't earned. I think what's gonna get butts in the seats, guys, the plot's fantastic. The plot is done perfectly. I think there's one little minor problem that I will talk about towards the end, because I will go over some spoilers, which is my main issues with the movie. But guys, like, this is so well driven. It's a great thriller. I'm not saying thrillers are easy to make, but if I were making a film, I would definitely want to do some type of thriller drama, because basically the main job is just don't get us bored and keep the plot moving. You know, that's like the one go-to line. That's exactly what this film does. The cinematography is really amazing too. We see the shots where we don't see the guy, but then there's shots where we're not really supposed to be looking at the guy, but we look anyways because we know he's invisible. We want to see if we could still see him, maybe through a shadow. The director really earns his shots in this film. I really appreciate too how they didn't utilize too much CGI, because with the movie called Invisible Man, you were thinking it's gonna come out like a whack CGI looking figure, but actually it's really good. I don't think that they made it too science fiction-y. I think it's very realistic look. Now, the action scenes could come off as comedic, but I think the film did a great job of setting up that dark tone before we got into some of the action scenes, because guys, he's fighting a fucking invisible guy. Now, I mean, that's not a spoiler, guys. I mean, that's fucking in the trailers, like, you see shit fucking happening when he's not fucking there. Okay, let's talk about some of the negatives that I had with the film, guys. So the first 20 minutes are really slow, actually. I really was kind of bored the first 20 minutes. Like, if I'm rewatching this movie, because it does have a lot of rewatchability factor to it, but if I'm rewatching it, I'm probably gonna get my popcorn, check my messages like the first 10-15 minutes now that I kind of know what's happening. But yeah, those 20 minutes could be a little boring in the seat for a while. I would say once we get to her in the house by herself, that's when the movie is really good and picks up the entire way. Now, to my negative here is there's a scene, guys, where we discover something. Now, I have a big spoiler sign coming on the screen, guys, so you know there's a spoiler coming. This is the end of my review, basically. I'm just gonna talk about this one negative thing that I had with it. That's a big spoiler. So thank you guys for watching, but if you wanna see the spoiler or hear me talk about it, keep listening. So now that you've been warned there's a spoiler coming, here it is. I really thought, guys, that scene where we discovered that it was his brother doing some of the killing was really kind of bad. I really would have wished they would have just made him like the deceitful lawyer brother, not really get his hands dirty with the action. Because one, what's the odds that this guy fights like the other guy? Like, they're both just jujitsu fighters. Because think about it, they're fucking just taking on cops left and right. Like, where the fuck do these guys know how to fight? I know they're invisible, but it's kind of still, there's like 8 cops that he fucking fights at one point. Plus the scene right after the 4 gunshots where we discover that it's the brother, there's no emotional weight now between Cecilia and the cop that she's been staying with, because now he knows that it's not her. We finally just figured that out. Like, this whole time that we wanted you to know something is not up anymore, and it's not really taken nearly as serious. It's kind of comedic. He makes a joke about, hey, do what you gotta do to get out. And I thought the thriller could have kept going. We could have just kept it on the entire runtime. You totally slow down the pace right there. And what's sad is the scene's only like 5 minutes long, guys. It's literally a 5-minute scene of the girl getting beaten up, and then, you know, Cecilia comes to the rescue while the dad's getting his ass beat. And you could have just taken that scene out. Like, this, if you take that scene out, guys, think about it. We saved so many things. One, that tension is still there. The cop doesn't know that Cecilia is not crazy. 2, it creates way more tension in the end, so you could still watch it and have that crazy tension of no one believes her. She's trying to do everything she can to make people believe that she's not crazy. So The Invisible Man, guys, I had a great time watching it. The film does such a great job of utilizing the Invisible Man aspect with the shots it does and the risk it takes. Now there's some obviously minor flaws I had with it, but they're very minor. I think the film itself is one that I'm gonna rewatch a ton of times. Leigh Whannell did a great job directing this, guys. My opinion is if you like Upgrade, the movie he directed where the guy's a robot, you're really gonna love this movie. They utilize some of the camera shots in it, and I think it actually works so good here. So thank you guys for watching again. I really appreciate it. Leave your comments, like it up, subscribe, whatever you guys want to do. I'm more than appreciative. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys again soon. Peace.